السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Welcome again to دروس لغة العربية لغير الناطقين بها Volume 1 by Dr. Sheikh Abdul Rahim, formerly of Islamic University of Medina. May Allah bless this person for this wonderful book. Today, we're going to look at a very important concept in Lughat al-Arabiya or in Arabic. It's very, very important. So that's going to be our objective for lesson point number 9. That's it. We're going to look at what we called, some people call it Alef of conjunction, Alef of conjunction, or you can call it Hamza, Hamza of conjunction. I like to call it Alef of conjunction because Hamza tul wasl in Arabic they call it al Hamza, Hamza tul wasl, Hamza, Hamza tul wasl. That's what most grammarians call it, but some people call it Aliful al wasl. So whichever way that is, Aliful wasl is Alif of conjunction or Hamza of conjunction. Okay, and this is the main focus. And the what is the criticality of this? What's the importance of it? It has reading importance, reading, and then writing. When you are reading it, you have to pay attention to it. When you are writing to, you have to pay attention to it. So this aspect of the dars, point number 9, is on Hamza, Alif of conjunction or Hamza of conjunction. And in Arabic, you can say Hamza tul wasl or Alif al wasl. And what is Alif al wasl? Or I will call it Hamza al wasl. Hamza al wasl. Hamza al wasl is it's a bare, I call it a bare bone, right? A bare bone Alif, right? And it's written just like this. So it doesn't have a Hamza head. I'll call it Hamza head on it, on it, or underneath it. It doesn't have a Hamza head. By Hamza head, I mean this one. So a Hamza head is like Ain, this Ain that has been written so tiny like this. And then you usually see some of them sitting on Alif like this. Then we say A, E, and then so this is the Hamza head. And in contrast to Hamza to Wasl, Hamza to Wasl is always written like a bare bone, or if you will, bare head or bald head Hamza. We call it bald head Alif. Bald head Alif. That's what I call it. It doesn't have a head. When it has a head, then it's what we call Hamzatul Qatl, right? It is Hamzatul Qatl. Later on, we're going to talk about it. But today, we are looking at Hamza al Wasl. And it has a special writing and special reading. Now, as you can see here, there are there are 10 nouns in Arabic. There are 10 nouns in Arabic, right? That carries Hamza Hamzatul wasl. Hamzatul wasli. Or Hamza of conjunction. By conjunction, I mean connection. Or connecting, or linking, joining, or linking. That's what I mean. So there are 10 nouns. Again, remember 10 nouns. And it's not 10 verbs or adjectives or pronouns. 10 nouns in Arabic. So when you master these 10 nouns, they are always written with Hamza to wasl at the beginning. Okay, at the beginning. Hamza to wasl doesn't come at the end. It comes at the beginning. All right. So what are these 10 beautiful? So let's look at number one. Number one is ism. And look at the way I wrote it. Ism. You see that this hamza is bald head. There's nothing on it. And then I put ism. Ismun. So that's the first one. Number two is what we call ibnun. So you can see that the author of this Arabic book is introducing us to just two, ismun and ibn. So two of these 10 nouns are being introduced to us today by the author. But I want you to make you aware that in total, in Lugha al-Arabiyya, they are 10, nothing more, nothing less. So when you study them, that's it. Anytime you see Hamza to wasl with them, then you know what to do with it. So today we're going to just look at Ismun and Ibn. But I'm going to finish writing number three. Number three is Ibna. Ibna. Okay, Ibnatun. And then number four is what we call Ibnum. Ibnum. Later on, we're going to Ibnum. And then number five is Imra. Imra. Imra'un. Or Imru'un. 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 And then number six. Number six is Imra'atun. Imra'atun. And then number seven is Ithnan. Ithnan. And then number eight is Ithnatan. Ithnatan. And then number nine is Iman. 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 And then number 10, final one, is later on as we travel through the book, we're going to encounter all of these. So 10 nouns written with Hamza, Hamzatul Wasl. Okay, and remember, Hamzatul Wasl is always at the beginning, as you can see. So let's look at some of the characteristics. See, right here, 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 right here. Now, what do you see? So by default, Hamzatul Wasl, I'm going to make it HW is voweled or has a vowel of kasra. So by default. So even if you don't see a vowel applied to Hamza to Wasl, always read it with kasra, unless told otherwise. Remember, as long as the Hamza to Wasl is with the name, okay? And then let me add this. There's a caveat, right? So here we are looking at the nouns. So by default, as long as it is among the 10, by the 10, I mean the 10 nouns. As long as, because Hamza to Wasl can come with fi'l al-amr, it can come with some verbs in Arabic, right? Most of them are going to start with the default vowel of kasra, but sometimes the fi'l al-amr can be otherwise, okay? So, so sometimes it can be u, sometimes it can be e, right? But among the 10 names that we've, 10 nouns that we've looked at, Hamza to Wasl is always by default e. So that is the first characteristics or the features that you need to know. Mm-hmm. And then let's look at the writing of Hamza to Wasl, right? How is it written? How is it written? Hamza to Wasl is written like this, with nothing on it, just like that. No Hamza head. If you write something like this is not Hamza to Wasl, right? So this is not Hamza to Wasl. Why? Because it has a head. Hamza to Wasl is bold, nothing on it. And sometimes too, all right? So that's the first thing. That's the first condition. So Hamza to Wasl, it is written, we can see plainly or boldly, no hair, without the Hamza head. And the Hamza head is this, always. And then it can have a special mark or marker or a sign called the little sword, the little sword. Now, this is what you see. Look at where I'm going to circle the red. Some people confuse it. If you look at here, see this, and this is a little sword. Don't take it to be a sukun. It's not sukun. You can see this is sukun. Okay, this is sukun. And this is what we call little sad. Al-sad al-saghira. Sad saghira. Or sad saghira. Little sad. So it's written like the sad, this one, but it's written so tiny, like this. See, I've written one there. And it's a lot in the Quran. So anytime you see this on the Hamza, it tells you, so this is how the Hamza is going to be written if it has a little sad like this, you know. But if you write it like this, then this is sukun. It has a sukun. This is sukun, Hamza with a sukun, and then Hamza with a little sad. The one with the little sad is the Hamza to Wasl. So Hamza to Wasl can be written boldly or plainly without nothing on it, like you've seen. And then it can be written with a little sad on it. And most of the time, it has a little sad when it is really connected. But sometimes it starts, yeah, when it's really connected. But if you don't see it, It's a special writing. If you don't see it, still you have to treat it as Hamza to Wasl. All right. So now let's look at how Hamza to Wasl is read. Now look at the first one. It's Mun. Always. All right. So how it is read. Let's look at that. So default, right? Default vowel is kasra. That's it. That's the default vowel is kasra. That's ra. Sorry. So the default vowel for Hamza to Wasl is kasra. All things being equal. Again, all things being equal. So later on, we're going to look at certain situation where it's so default vowel is kasra. So if I write like this, or sometimes like the book is doing, puts it there for you. When you meet ism again, the writer is not going to put any vowel on the Hamza to Wasl. It's going to leave it bare. And the idea is for you to figure it out. Can you do it? Now, so the letter after Hamza Wasl, that is HW, is usually Kun. Okay, so Kun, that's like this. So you can see that even if the vowels are not put here on ism, right? Like here, you know that it's what? The sin is sukun, so you have to say ismun. Like here, there's no vowel here. But you look down here, there's a vowel. And this is what Dr. Abdul Rahim wants you to know. Like here, oh, I provided a vowel for you. But in reality, here too, there's a vowel. So this is, ba is the letter that the letter after the Hamza to Wasl, right? Or that comes after the Hamza to Wasl is always sukun. You see that the ba is sukun. Here too, the sa is sukun. So always, even if there's no vowel. So if I write Hamza to Wasl, let's start with Hamza to Wasl, you know that by default, the Hamza to Wasl is going to be kasra, all things being equal. And then the letter that comes after the Hamza to Wasl is going to have sukun. So you have the two of them. So you have, they say is, and then you have ib, and then ismun, and then ibnun. All right. Now, the third aspect of reading is that HW, Hamza to Wasl, it's never read when it sits. Okay, when it sits between two consonants. That's what I want to explain it. Somebody may explain it differently. When Hamza to Wasl sits between two consonants, it's not read. But it is only when it is at the start, like here, you see, ismun, ibn. But when it's the middle here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. Right, this is what we are trying to say. When it sits between two consonants. So let's look at the first one. So when it's at the beginning, you read it. So that is what we are trying to say. When Hamza to Wasl is at the beginning, you read it like here. Ismul waladi, right? Ismul waladi Muhammadun. Ismu. So I'm reading the Hamza to Wasl. Ismul waladi Muhammadun. Now, Hamza to Wasl is in the middle. So you see that Sad al-Sagira has been put on it. That's why I was saying that when Hamza to Wasl is in the middle, it tends to take the Sad al-Sagira, the little Sad, to differentiate it from other Hamza. Okay, Ismul waladi Muhammadun. Now, this is wa. This is the first consonant, and then Sin is the second consonant. So the Hamza to Wasl is sitting, this is Hamza to Wasl, HW. It is sitting between Wa and Sin. So therefore, we don't have to read it as E. Don't say Wa'i. So what do? You connect the Wa to the Sin, then you get Wasmu. Wasmu. So that is why it is called Hamza to Wasl. Hamza of conjunction. And when you conjunct something, you connect it. When you conjunct something, you link it up. You associate it with something. You attach it with something. So Ismul Waladi Muhammadun Wasmu. So you see that the Hamza is not read, so it's neutralized, right? Or in computer term, is grade, right? Is grade or neutralized. You don't read it. So you say Wasmu, Wasmul Binti Zainabu. The boy's name is Muhammad. Wasmul Binti Zainabu. Mul Mudarrisi Hamidun. The name of the teacher is Hamid. Must, see, must. Another important thing, number 4. Hamza to Wasl. Hamza to Wasl neutralizes the prolongation, all right, before it. Prolongation that came before prolongation before it. And then by before it, I mean a prolongation that appeared or that came before the Hamza to Wasl. And then the key example is some prolongation like ma, right? This is ma, right? Ma. So if I'm saying ma, and this is Hamza to Wasl, then I have to just negate the Alef of prolongation here. I'm not going to read this one. See, I'm not going to say ma anymore. So I'm going to short cut the ma and then say mas. Because if you try to say ma, we don't say ma is, but we say mas. So you see that because of the Hamza to Wasl, the ma, the prolongation in ma has been neutralized, has been discarded. So anytime Hamza to Wasl comes after a consonant with a prolongation vowel or with al-mad, whether it's mad bil alif or mad bil ya or mad bil wa, you don't have to read the mad. You have to say ma. So here I have to say masmul mudir. What is the name of the headmaster? Sometimes in Arabic, masmuk. Masmuk. It's not ma ismuka. It's masmuk. Masmuk, what is your name? Masmuk, what is your name? We don't say ma ismuka because this Hamza is Hamza to Wasl. And it's sitting between the ma and the s. So therefore, it is neutralized or is discarded. But you have to write it. In writing, you have to write. You can't discard it in writing. But when you are reading, you discard it. Let's look at Ibnun. Ibnun, remember, is one of the words or noun that have Hamza to Wasl. Ibn al-Khalidi, Ibn Khalidi, fi madrasati, wabnu. So this time I'm going to say wabnu. I don't have to say wab ibnu because this is Hamza to Wasl with the Sad Sagira. Hamidin fil Jamia. Ibn al-Mudarrisi fil Fasl. The son of the teacher is in the classroom. Fasl. Aina. Ainab. I need to connect the na to the ba. Ainab. Ainab al-Mudir. Where is the son of the head teacher? So, اقرأ ما يلي. So here we are going to practice how to read one of the nouns with Hamza to Wasl. We've already discussed the 10. We are going to learn how to read Ibnu and then Ismu. So these are the two the writer is picking for us for now. As we go through the book, we're going to encounter the other 8 remaining Hamza to Wasl word. So he's saying that Ikra ma yali mura'iyan qawaid nutq Hamza to Wasl. See? So basically, the principle, right? We are learning the principle of articulating Hamza and Wasl. So there's a principle, and that is the principle that I've explained. Now you can see that in sentence 1, the Hamza to Wasl does not have any vowel to indicate, oh, is it Fatha or Kasra or Dhamma? No, like we said, by default, it is what? It's Kasra. So it's going to be E. And remember we said the letter after the Hamza to Wasl must have Sukun. So it's going to be Ibnu Muhammadin fil Iraq. The son of Muhammad is in Iraq. Al-Iraq is a city, it's a country that you know. I'm sorry. Iraq, right? Iraq. Wabnu is connecting. Wabnu Hamidin fil in. Fi, remember fi, the preposition means in. Kharajab. See here, I'm saying kharajabnu. I don't have to say haraja e. So basically, this is going to have ta'un sagira, and this one is going to have ta'un sagira. Kharajabnu tabibi min al-bayt. The son of the doctor has stepped out of the house. Dhahababnu. So I'll put Saw Sagira here, meaning that I don't have to read this because it's in the middle. ذهب ابن التاجر إلى السوق. The son of the merchant went to the market. Ismu. Here is beginning, so I have to say Ismu. Ismu al-Muhandisi Faisal. The name of the Muhandis, the engineer, is Faisal. Wasmu. Hamza to Wasl. And then I put my Saw Sagira at the top. واسم الطبيب مسعود. واسم الطبيب مسعود. The doctor's name is Mas'ud. Masmu Rajul. Masmu. So you see again, this is a prolonged ma. But because of the Hamza to Wasl right in front of it, you have to just add the maddi, say ma, and then connect the ma to the sin. And then you say Masmu Rajul. What is the name of the man? Masmu Rajul. What is the name of the man? So you can say Ismuhu Ahmed. The name is Ahmed. Now, Hamza to Wasl is beginning. So you use the default vowel. Ibnu man. Anta. Anta means you. Anta means you. And this you refers to masculine singular. Anta. Ibnu man anta. Whose son are you? Ana ibnu. Ana ibnu al-mudir. Ana ibnu. I am the son of the mudir. So you can see the reading of Hamza to Wasl requires special skills and understanding. And finally, let's look at Kalimat al-Jadida, new words. We have Ar-Rasulu, the messenger. Ar-Rasulu, the messenger. Messenger. And then we have Al-Am, right? And that you recall Akhul Ab. Akhul Ab, that is the brother of your father. The brother of your father is what? It's common. So who is your brother of your father in a single word? We've explained it before. And then we have الشارع, the street. شارع. So you can say الشارع, الشارع Connecticut, or الشارع Fenton, الشارع Fenton. That is Fenton Street. المهندس, the engineer. Engineer. المهندس, engineer. الكعبة, كعبة. The Kaaba is in the house of God. الخال, خال is أخت, right? خال is أخت. خال is sorry. أخو الأم. أخو الأم. The brother of your mama or your mother. أخو الأم. The brother of your mother. So who is this brother? If Alu is the brother of your mother, so what is it? There's one word for it. We discussed it. Mughlaqun. When something is mughlaq, it means it's closed. So you can say al masjidu mughlaqun. Al masjidu mughlaqun. The masjid is closed. Or you can say al baytu mughlaqun. The house is closed. Or you can say الدكان, the shop, مغلق, it's closed, right? And then you can also say السيارة. This time you're going to say مغلقة because it's feminine. السيارة مغلقة. Let's look at الاسم, name. الحقيبة. Remember we said it can be suitcase, it can be handbag. الحقيبة. So what hakiba do you have? Tahta, under. Or it may also mean underneath. Under. So you can say tahta al-masjid, under the masjid. Tahta al-bayt, under the house. Tahta al-dukkan, under the dukkan. Tahta al-sayyara, under the car. Or you can also say tahta al-sarir, under the sarir. Or you can also say تحت الكرسي is under the chair. Let's look at Ibn. Ibn is the son or son. Your son is your Ibn. Sayyar is a car. Hunaka, there. Hunaka, there. So you can say huwa hunaka. He is there. هل أنت هناك؟ هل أنت هناك؟ You tell نعم. نعم. أنا هنا. I am here. من هناك? Who is there? So you're talking about far away. Who is there? So these are the الكلمات الجديدة, new words that you need to master. And then also let's recap the grammar. Remember, we're talking about مضاف ومضاف إليه. So in Arabic grammar, when you do the possession, whether it's a biological or part relationship, you see that you said here we are saying Sayyaratul Mudarris. So basically the car belongs to what? The teacher. So the teacher is the possessor, right? The teacher is the possessor, and this is the item or the thing that he possesses. So you can see that in Mudaf ilayh structure, you have to write the item that the possessor possesses first. So you have to say Sayyaratul Mudarrisi and look at the vowel of the possessor. It ends in kasra, but the Sayyara ends in just one dhamma. Always follow that and you will be okay. So what is the name, grammatical name for Sayyara? We call it Mudafun. Mudafun. And then مدرس is what? مضاف إليه. مضاف إليه. So you need to know that, right? So if I say وراء الكواليس, no, كواليس. So مضاف, let me bring something. If I say يد الولد, the hand of the boy. So this is مضاف. Then walad is what? مضاف إليه. We've talked length about this in the earlier video. Rasulullah. Rasulullah. Who is the mudaf? Rasul is the mudaf. Mudaf is always written first. And then followed by the mudafu ilayhi. Followed by mudafu ilayhi. Or let me say babu. Babul masjid. Babul masjid. The bab is mudaf. And the masjid is mudafu ilayhi. So with this, we're going to end the dars here, inshallah. We're going to continue next time on the dars السادس, lesson number 6. دمتم بخير. إلى اللقاء.